What's going on, people? Welcome to Backseat Gorilla Club. I'm Brother Lucas, that's Sean Patrick, and this is our continuing coverage of the G1 28. G1 Climax 28, here we go. So this is A block for July 27th, and these are the tag matches, starting off. So first off, we have Toa Hanare and Shota Umino versus Hiroki Goto and Yo. The second match is GOD, the Gorillas of Destiny, being Tama Tonga and Tangaloa versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Takamichi Noku. Third match is Finn Juice, David Finlay, and Juice Robinson versus Toru Yano and Gedo. Fourth match is Sho and Tomohiro Ishii versus Kota Ibushi and Yujiro Takahashi. Fifth match is Kenny Omega and Chase Owens versus Tetsuya Naito and Sonata. So, going straight into the Hanare and Shota Umino versus Goto and Yo. This pretty straightforward, you know, and there's a young line in there, you know what's going to happen. Shoulder block, well, let's say Goto and Hanare start off, and there's some shoulder blocks absorbed by both. Hanare hits a flying shoulder block. Pretty good teamwork by Shota and Hanare. They hit a couple double team maneuvers, a little drop kick into Hanare's little chop off the ropes. You know, Chaos comes in and gets the upper hand, and then they do their little sushi spot. And hey! So there's a Samoan drop on Yo by Hanare. And Shota comes in and works on Sho a little bit with some forearms and a drop kick. So then there's some double team corner clotheslines also by Shota and Hanare. And of course Shota hits his signature now front missile drop kick from the ropes. And in the end, you know how this goes. Yo hits the Falcon Arrow, Shota kicks out, but Yo basically immediately turns it into a, turns Shota, puts him in a full Boston Crab, and it's like Lion Tamer style, so he's got the knee like on the back of the neck, and that's a tap out. Real quick and easy and straightforward. Good, curtain jerker match for this, pretty good.
Yep, good match. I don't have anything to add to it. Tangaloa, Tama Tonga, and ZSJ versus Takamichi Noku, or ZSJ and Takamichi Noku versus the Girls of Destiny. So, alright, so Takamichi Noku's been doing this thing lately. He comes out and he introduces Zack Sabre Jr. You know, he's the best. He's gonna win the whole tournament. And side note, Takamichi Noku actually gave ZSJ his driver, so now it's a Zack driver. That's ZSJ's new finisher. So he does his little intro thing, and then we have Tanaloa out there, gets on the microphone, so he decides he wants to do an intro. So it was a beautiful, poetic introduction of themselves, filled with all of the profanity that you could ever want to hear. It was great. And, you know, Tama Tonga, he's still doing the whole bad guy thing, the whole Rizzo Ramon gimmick. It's great. I love it. So after all that, you know, Chaos, they waited, and then they did the jump start after they were done with their shenanigans. So Loa and Taka start things off. Of course, you know, we have the eye poke by Tonga. It's just a pretty good match, you know, back and forth. Of course, GOD is going to get all of their dirty moves in wherever they can. There was a beautiful Northern Light suplex into an armbar there by Zack. Yeah, Zack, he's on a different little plane this time because he has to go blow for blow with these guys. He has a hard time tangling them up because there's always another person there to break it up, you know, in these tag matches. So he's got to switch up his offense a little bit. I mean, eventually, you know, Zack got that octopus, but, you know, it was just too much, and he was overpowered into a Samoan drop there towards the end. Taka ate a sit-down power slam by one of the Tongans there, but in the very end, it was Loa with the 8, and 1, 2, 3 over Taka.
Yep, that's it. It was solid, like you said. The poetry by Tangaloa was great, just to be followed by that jump start by Suzuki Gun. It was like, just to say poetic justice is kind of a pun because of the poetry. So, anyway, third match is Finn Juice and versus Yano and Gedo, and so once again, you know, Juice, his left hand is a huge target for everybody. So that's been the favorite story of Juice's matches this whole tournament. Um, the funny thing about Yano, he's like torn about like how to wrestle. He's been bringing back his amateur background, and in this match it shows that he goes to the turnbuckle pad almost right off the bat, and then this decides, maybe not, maybe I won't do that, and then the ref kind of also is like talking in his ear too, like, hey, don't do that. And so Yano, it's like the ref is like his conscience, like talking to him, and so then he goes for like an eye gouge right off the bat onto Juice. And then the ref is also kind of talking him down, and he's like, okay, maybe not. It doesn't take long before he actually does get the turnbuckle pad off, and I think him and Juice both eat the pad. Yeah. Then Juice eats the turnbuckle, and Yano also, like I said. Then Juice hits a nice spine buster on Yano. That was cool. But this was pretty quick and everything. Finley does some nice corner elbows on Gato once he comes in. Gato got a near fall with the Gato clutch, but then Juice hits his punches on both the guys, hit him back and forth, punches, chops, and Finley just runs in out of nowhere and then hits his stunner on Gato for the win. And I don't know if this is actually shoot or kayfabe, but Rocky Romero is saying that the stunner was handed to Dave Finley by Steve Austin himself, so take that with a grain of salt, but good match.
If that's true, that's a pretty high endorsement.
Yeah.
Sho Anishi versus Yujiro Takahashi and Kota Ibushi. Ishii and Ibushi start off. Ishii is really good at avoiding Kota's offense. He's been really good at that, and man, it was just a good match. Is what it was. I mean, pretty much. I mean, we got Yujiro with his little bite spot in there. Had a hot shot to Yo. Right over those top ropes. Of course, Kota had to do that one where he tries to shoulder tackle Ishii on the side to knock him off, and of course Ishii never moves. I mean, Stone Pitbull. I mean, what do you expect? Yujiro got that jawbreaker and the spear in. It looks like.
By Sho.
Yeah, he got both of those. Sho does his standing moonsault. Ishii does his headbutts. A few forearms here and there, a couple of slaps by Kota. Nice little exchange. Sho hits a backstabber and then a missile drop kick by Kota, and then Yujiro gets the 1-2-3 over Sho after Yujiro hit that DDT.
Yep. Yep, that was that short DDT for the win for Yujiro, which I was shocked about. Fifth match, Chase and Kenny versus Naito and Sonata. So one of the stories of this match is like Naito and Sonata have their match coming up in the tournament, and Sonata and Kenny are going to face each other tomorrow. So Sonata and Naito, they don't really have beef per se, but they're not really like as close as they would be normally, so they're not really doing the fist bump thing or anything. So anyway, it starts off with some very athletic chain wrestling between Kenny and Sonata. Sonata tries to do the Paradise Lock to Chase. To Kenny, but Chase breaks it up. Sorry, that comes later. Naito and Kenny start off again, and Chase cuts off Naito's corner sweep drop kick to Kenny and just pulls him off into the apron. So then we have the 3 sweep by Kenny and Chase, and this was interesting. So they do their normal wishbone thing, and they're tagging in and out to do that, and then Sonata runs in to he's had enough of this, and then they just sweep Sonata off his feet. And I thought they were going to do like a double wishbone, but instead they just both go to the ground and they start doing this thing where they're just rowing both their legs. It's a double rowboat. I don't know what else to call that. I've never seen it before. Maybe it's some older stuff, but they're just rowing their legs back and forth. And we were saying, or you said it specifically, man, why didn't they sing the song? Like, it should have been like row your boat right there. After that, there's a nice little Rana to Kenny by Naito, and then he tags in Sonata. Then Sonata gets that Paradise Lock onto Chase, and there's nice teamwork by everybody. But what I liked the best was the Kataro Crusher from Kenny onto Chase Owens' knee. He normally does the Kataro Crusher, but it was a nice little touch there. And then the end of it was Destino onto Chase, and it was a nice touch as well. Kenny was trying to get in the ring, and he was like just grabbing at the foot, you know, trying to pull him off, and he couldn't get to it in time. But he had his finger like on the toe, like he could almost break it up. But Destino on Chase for the win, and that's it.
You got it. Good match. Great start to the evening. It's halfway point. Still got the 5 tournament matches to go, so we're gonna watch them. In the meantime, hit that subscribe button, comment down below, hit that little bell notification as well. Check out all of our social media sources. We got it at Backseat Gorilla Club and BSGC Wrestling. And I'll probably put a little card at the end of this thing where you can click on that little monkey directly. You can subscribe that way too. Build that brand.
Bye.